GC MMA boys coming to you this week with our UFC 305 full card breakdown. Before we get into that, boys, we have a few things we want to cover. So if you want to just get straight to the 305 picks, skip a little bit. But number one, we need to talk about last weekend's card. Boys, we went 6 for 7 on that card. And who fucking sold? Gregorius Galampagoo or whatever the fuck that guy's name is.
That fucking guy, bro. This guy was literally this fucking close from finishing the fight. And he gasses out, lays on top of Tajoichi Kazama or whoever the hell, lays on top of him and literally lets himself get submitted.
I've seen that fight 3 times now. I've watched it 3 different times. This motherfucker blows his wad and is literally laying there like this as the guy's pulling his leg higher and higher on the fucking thing, and he's just
letting it happen. Like, he gave up. Dude,
Matt Serra is ashamed of you. New Jersey is ashamed of
that
you.
whole Serra Longo camp is fucked. Marab is fucked. Aljo's fucked. That guy is definitely fucked. And I don't even know who else is at that gym. Can't be anybody of fucking noteworthiness. Like, shit.
Yeah, boys, and last thing about that card was Sergey Spivak won in the first fucking 3 minutes. Guys, every single person I saw covering this card was talking about Marcin Tybura.
I don't know why.
That's the entire reason me and him started this channel. Because we've got to try to get through to some people that when all these fucking people are going one way, guys, there was never fucking Marcin Tybura in that card. Like, we're trying to tell you guys who was actually going to win, because half the time these fucking people don't even know what they're talking about.
Exactly. Like, I love watching MMA YouTube. Like, I love the creators and shit who make the videos. But like, there's a lot of times where they're wrong. They're not thinking of it in a certain way sometimes, and I'm not even saying we're 100% right or we're.
But when we go against the grain, we're right more often than
exactly.
we're not.
When we fade, when everyone's picking one person and we fade it, a lot of times it ends up manifesting into a parlay win for us, which is exactly what happened. Our safe parlay hit a Spivak, Gutierrez, and Zalal.
Boys, check out the Instagram if you want our bets every single week. But enough about that card, boys. We don't want to go ahead and see a shit card like that and brag about how good we were. That's like taking shit from a porta potty.
We're about to take over 305 right now.
Dana White Contender Series. Guys, briefly, we want to touch on this. We're going to start posting the bets for that on Instagram too. I texted him 3 hours before the event started and saying, without looking at the odds, go on Tapology, give me your picks. We went 5 for fucking 5 with these guys that we've never even heard of. Ming Ding was minus 200, and we fucking baited him.
We knew
boys.
that guy was not winning, bro.
Guys,
I swear I pulled up Tapology. I didn't know a single fucking person on this whole card. I saw Ming Ding and instantly knew he was losing that fight.
I know you guys, some of you guys might watch us because you think we're just dickheads who you can get a laugh out of, and that's fine. But the people who are following the Instagram know that we are for real locking shit in and fucking hitting it. Guys, I put $400 on guys I'd never even heard of and it fucking cashed. Dude, call it luck if you want. At some point, you guys are just gonna have to admit that GC
Let's
MMA
put those
is
in the video
shit.
too.
GC MMA is the shit. Boys, UFC 305 without further ado. Starting off, we've got Jesus Aguilar versus Stuart Nicholls. Guys, I get it. Aguilar is not that great. He got a robbery victory. But I just have a hard time with putting a lock behind someone who hasn't fought in the UFC. Nicholls the favorite. I've never seen him fight, with full transparency. Never heard of the fucking guy. I'm personally staying away from this fight. But if you want us to pick, we're going to go Nicholls because Jose Aguilar lost to a guy with fucking blue hair.
I mean, boys, like, Stuart Nicholls is supposedly the top prospect coming out of Australia, this and that.
The Korean Tiger was the top prospect coming out of Korea until he got knocked out.
Yeah, like the regional prospects is kind of iffy to bet on, so like I'm gonna stay away from this fight. But I do think Stuart Nicholls should win. Jesus Aguilar has never impressed me at all. He should not have won that last fight. I tell you right now, that was a robbery.
And Mateus Mendonca, if you're watching this, we fuck with you supporting our shit.
Yeah, to this day, I don't really know if that was the real Mateus Mendonca, but who is out there pretending to be Mateus Mendonca?
They subscribe to our channel name Mateus Mendonca after we picked them, boys.
Yeah, like
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
you got to connect the dots sometimes. Moving on, we have Song Canan versus Ricky Glenn.
we are about to destroy any logic we've ever put on this channel.
I know we definitely have.
We're going with the Asian guy.
We definitely have been on Song Canan before. Don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, Ricky Glenn is a different story compared to Song Canan. Like Song Canan is here, Ricky Glenn is fucking down here, boys. Like Ricky Glenn is going out in this fight. I can promise you that.
Yeah, boys. Song Canan, honestly,
We were too harsh on him.
he doesn't absolutely suck. He dropped Ian Gary. He had a decent, I'm not saying it was close or that he won. He had a decent performance against a kickboxer in Kevin Jusey. I can definitely trust him to defend in his own fucking division against someone who already sucked from the division they were coming from.
Song Canan is going to have the strength advantage, the power advantage, and what is Ricky Glenn known for these days?
Getting knocked
the
out.
fuck out. So I'm taking Song Canan in this. Moving up on the card, we've got Tom Nolan versus Alex Reyes.
Boys,
Holy shit.
what did we say the last time Tom Nolan fought? He's not minus 1,300. That fucking 38-year-old little guy put him on his ass before he finished. Is Tom Nolan probably going to win this fight? Sure. But I would rather sprinkle the money that he's going to get his chin touched, which he has in both of his UFC fights.
Victor
again.
Martinez touched his chin? Like,
Guys.
holy shit.
I'm telling you right now, everyone and their brother might be going Tom Nolan. Just fucking put $10 on the other guy.
Guys.
Alex Reyes.
Guys, Tom Nolan is the shittiest minus 1,000, whatever he is.
1,300.
Minus.
This guy's getting to Bo Nickel levels.
Yeah, and he's getting his chin touched in every single fight in the UFC he's been in. 2 fights.
I don't think his chin's gotten that much better since the last fight, boys.
Like, I just don't trust his chin, and I feel like Alex Reyes knows that, and he's going to go out there and try to take his ass out in the first round.
Because if you get in a firefight with him, like Nicholas Mata did,
He touches his chin, he's going out. He's going out. If you get in the pocket, start throwing crazy shit, and you touch his chin, he's going out. But do I think Tom Nolan is like like he has the better skills, fighting skills. He's a better fighter, but I just can't trust his chin, in order to bet the value of minus 1,300. Like, there's no way.
stay away from
I'm
that,
sprinkling Alex Reyes, but I'm picking Tom Nolan. This is how fucked this fight is.
Boys, next fight, Herbert Burns versus Jack Jenkins.
Dude, like,
What's there to say about this fight, boys? He's the shittier version of Gilbert Burns.
and like way shittier. This guy,
He gets knocked out every fucking time.
he's only in it for the first round. If he can't take you out of there in the first round, you automatically just win, because he gives up in round 2 and 3. But Jack Jenkins, like, there's nothing about him. I'm not gonna say he's a bad fighter, but there's nothing about him that stands out.
He's not that raw, boys. Minus 850.
It's crazy.
With a minus 240 by KO.
I just don't. I don't want to bet the money line and the by KO minus 240 like it should happen, but I just don't.
What
Like,
if he gets him by submission?
I don't trust
Fuck
Jack.
it, boys. Do not bet on that fight. That shit's too wide.
The value isn't there for Jack Jenkins anymore, boys. If you got it earlier when he was maybe like minus 500, minus 400, maybe you could have found some value there. But now it's like it's over bet, and it's just fucked to bet at this point, boys. But Jack Jenkins should 100% win this fight. To be fair, though, but I don't like the value. There's really not much more to say because we don't really have to tell you guys. You guys know Herbert Burns is fucked.
Boys, next fight, Ricardo Ramos versus Josh Culibao. Guys, I definitely think Josh Culibao gets this done, but I'm still not willing to bet on his ass.
Ricardo Ramos his fight IQ is almost like not even there. He got himself guillotined twice. He put himself
by Juicy J and by Charles Jourdain. If you're getting submitted by Jourdain, you suck.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And like, I just don't want to. Josh Culibao is same shit with Jack Jenkins. Like, I'm not that impressed by him at all, really. But I can no longer pick somebody after last week's situation with Charles Lampos. I can't pick people who have
history of getting submitted stupidly.
Like, yeah, I just can't trust that again. So I'm going Josh Culibao. Next up on the card, we've got a couple of shitty brothers fighting each other. We got Junior Tafa and Walter Walker.
Boys, this fight is difficult because these are the shitty little brothers of even shittier UFC fighters. Johnny Walker and Justin Tafa. Guys, are you fucking kidding me with this fight? I don't care if Walter Walker lost weight. If losing weight is gonna add some fucking IQ inside of his brain in the fight, maybe I'll pick him. But guys, it's not even just that he was fat and he gassed. He was fighting like a fucking idiot against Lucas Bresky.
And fucking Junior Tafa is not the greatest either.
He got finished via leg kick by... What the fuck is
Mark
that guy?
DeLima or Gregorio DeLima, whatever the hell. Like, even though that was on short notice, it's just like, if you take him down, he has trouble getting up. And Muhammad Usman was taking him down. Guys, I don't even know if I'm finna bet on this.
No.
I'm probably not, but
I'm not even gonna bet it not to go the distance because Walter Walker could just lay on his ass.
Sit on him like a fucking this, and the ref not do
crisscross applesauce.
Oh my god. Fuck that fight. Moving on. Li Jingliang versus Carlos Prates.
How is Tom Nolan minus 1,300, but Prates is still in the 300, boys? Prates is the lock
of this card.
Fucking card. I like the Leech, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see him against fucking Tony Ferguson.
That would have been funny as
whenever that was scheduled. Like, I do like him. I will say this, guys. I know we give a lot of the Asian fighters shit. I actually do fuck with the Leech in a way because, like, I get it, it's Muslim Salikov, but he's proven he can knock somebody the fuck out. And I just don't think he's going to be able to do it here, boys. I fuck with him. Hopefully they give him another fight. I'm still disappointed he didn't get to show his suit at that press conference with Nate Diaz and Hamzat because they were acting like fucking idiots. But boys, the Leech, all my bias aside, he's not winning this fucking fight.
Guys, he's getting older now. He hasn't fought in, what, a damn year and a half at this point. It's been a long time.
Almost 2 years, bro. Yeah. It was September of 2022 when he last fought.
And he just had, like, spinal surgery or something. Like, you know how we feel about the fighting nerds. Carlos Prates and the fighting nerds, they fuck shit up.
We were wrong for picking Chuck Buff.
Yeah, we were very wrong for that. We capped on the fighting nerds, but that was the last time. I told myself, that's the last time I'm betting against him.
And that fucking Kaisnan guy who fought Kurt Hollowbaugh doesn't count.
Yeah, that guy we were fed the wrong information. He wasn't part of the fighting nerds. He just pulled up there temporarily.
He pulled up and, like, took a picture or some shit, guys. He does not count as one of the fighting nerds for their record.
Yeah, Canan Krushki, that guy does not count. But
guy sucks.
Carlos Prates, he's nasty everywhere. Dynamic. He can throw knees, random ass spinning kicks, high kicks, everything. He uses all of his weapons. And he is going to find the shot to take the Leech out of there, boys. Guys, This is the same feeling I had when Kevin Holland was fighting Olajigchu, and he was like on a 2-fight skid or whatever, and I just had a feeling that Kevin Holland was gonna run that, and he did, and I'm sticking with the same feeling for Tuivasa.
All right, boys. Next fight: Gamrot versus Dan Hooker. I could give a fuck what anybody says, boys. We are riding with Dan Hooker in this fight. I do not fuck with that crotch sniffing Mateusz Gamrot. If RDA was able to drop that motherfucker twice, Dan Hooker is a much better striker than fucking RDA. He doesn't have as good of takedown defense, but boys, I mean, we didn't have the channel, but I picked Jalen Turner against Dan Hooker, and I get it. Jalen Turner's not Gamrot. But boys, Dan Hooker has that fucking dog in him.
He ate everything that Jalen Turner
broke his arm and kept going forward. I definitely like his chances here against Gamrot. I don't fuck with Gamrot. I've never put money on him, and I never will. If Gamrot wins, boo fucking who, we got one wrong, boys. But just know for the record that we're sliding for Dan Hooker.
Yeah, Gamrot is a pussy, just to say the least. All he wants to do is sniff your nuts and hold you to the ground and not do shit with it. Dan Hooker, he's a good striker. He has those knees are going to be a problem for Gamrot. I'm telling you right now. Like, he's going to try to go in for a takedown and eat a knee, and let's see how he feels after that. I can't wait to see his head bobbing up from a fucking knee. Dan
Hooker getting his hand raised.
Yeah, and Australia, like, everyone's going to be supporting him. The crowd is going to be going crazy. Like, he's not just going to accept being sat on the ground like that. No way. He's going to take Gamrot out of there.
Boys, our co-main event, Usyk versus Kai Kara France. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like Steve Usyk here. Kai Kara France is good, but I just don't fuck with him when the camera panned over in the crowd and he was running. Guys, he's not fucking like that. I get it. You know, who he knocked out, fine. He lost to Moreno when he was talking about, I'm the next flyweight champion. He got fucking taken out by a body shot. And I get it, he may have won against Albazi, but he didn't fucking win when it came to the judges. Guys, Steve Usyk is the best fighter in the flyweight division. He did not lose to Pantoja. He's beat the shit out of everybody else besides maybe Alessandro Costa on short notice. I get it. I like Kai Kara France, sure. I like him against other fighters, but I'm not picking him against Steve Usyk. I get it. Yes, Steve Usyk's knockout was against Matt Schnell. That's not that impressive, but he still has good striking, even if we're not just relying on his power. He's got the grappling advantage. He's got the striking advantage.
Height, reach.
And he was in that fight till it was fucking over. Kai Kara France is getting taken out by body shots and shit.
Kai Kara France realistically shouldn't even be fighting at flyweight. If there was like a midget weight division or like an atom weight, whatever the hell you want to call it, he would be fighting at that division. He's like 5'4", fighting at flyweight, and Usyk's like 5'11", 5'8", 5'9", somewhere over there. Like, he has the height, the reach, the striking, the grab. Like, I don't think that, like you said, he's definitely the best fighter in that division. I don't think there's any fighter in that division that I would pick to beat Usyk. Even Pantoja.
Not Brandon Moreno.
Yeah, nobody. So I'm taking Usyk here, and I think he's dropping.
A lock. He's a
lock, and he's dropping or he's gaining value, because he was like minus 200 something, and now I just checked he was minus 170. So I'm gonna let that drop a little more and see what I can do with that. But Usyk, definitely a lock on this card, boys.
Main fucking event, boys. Dricus versus Adesanya. Guys, I don't fucking get it. Why are you picking Adesanya against the greatest fighter to ever be in the middleweight division? Dricus Du Plessis has fucked up every single person that he's fought. If you're the type of person, we might lose some subscribers, but if you're the type of person who is still bitching that Sean Strickland won that fight, get the fuck out of here, boys.
Guys,
Dricus beat Sean Strickland, and he's gonna beat the fuck out of Israel Adesanya. I fuck with Dricus Du Plessis, not even just because of his fighting ability. The thing I fucked with him about the most was after he knocked out Robert Whittaker. He was getting interviewed by DC or whoever, and he was saying, "You're next in line to find the great Israel Adesanya." And Dricus said, "Yeah, I don't know about great." And then turned around and got in his fucking face, and then they started talking shit to each other. Boys, Dricus is not a bitch. You've never seen him stop fighting as the fight goes on. If Israel Adesanya is cracking him or getting him with kicks and shit, it's not going to deter Dricus.
he's still going to be in there.
He's that fucking guy, boys.
Guys, like he just said, if you think Sean Strickland won that fight, he did not win the fight. He tried to do his jab shit, kick, and then this Sean Strickland decision master. He tried to do that shit. But Dricus Du Plessis walked through all of that and landed the stronger, more powerful strikes, and he fucked up Sean Strickland.
He literally dropped him and got a takedown or two. Like, whether it was control time or not, guys, I could give a fuck if Sean Strickland outlanded him by a couple. He got fucking dropped.
He was landing the more impactful strikes. The reason Izzy lost to Sean Strickland is because he was getting backed up. He couldn't handle Sean Strickland's pressure. If you can't handle Strickland's pressure, you're not going to be able to handle Du Plessis, because he
put the pressure on Sean Strickland.
Yeah, and he can actually take people down and wrestle and shit.
And he has power.
Right.
Guys, how many knockouts has Dricus gotten in the last 5 years versus how many has Adesanya gotten in the last 5 years?
He's a durable motherfucker.
Whittaker, Paulo Costa, Alex Pereira, 3. Dricus has had like 7 or 8 fights and has knocked out pretty much everybody besides Brad Tavares and Sean Strickland. He is taking these motherfuckers out at will. He is here to stay, boys. I like him against Vettori, Whittaker in rematch, Imavov. Guys, Dricus is one of the fucking champions in the UFC that I don't have shit to say about. Unlike Pantoja, unlike Makachev, unlike if fucking Merab becomes champion.
Which is not happening.
Boys, Dricus is another lock on this week. We're just throwing it out there, guys. The odds have reflected that they've been dropping. I don't care. I do not care what your reasoning is for Adesanya. He's a pussy. He's shown that he's coming into fights on his home turf and accepted getting his ass kicked by Sean Strickland. I don't give a fuck if he's fighting for Wakanda or whatever the hell he's fighting for, the real African champ, or if he's got a bigger cock than Dricus. Dricus is going to beat the fuck out of Israel Adesanya Saturday night, boys.
It's as simple as that. Israel Adesanya, he's not about that life. I know he was a champion, but a lot of those fights, he
decisions,
would leg kick, jab, circle around the cage. That's all he did. Du Plessis he can get leg kick, jab the whole fight. He'll walk through that shit and land a massive hook or some shit. Like, he's gonna hit Adesanya hard, and he's gonna be able to change levels and switch up the fight and throw Adesanya off his rhythm, and he's gonna find the finish, boys. Simple as that.
Boys, that's it for this card. Like we said earlier, if you want our bets for this card, shout out to the boys who've been fucking with the Instagram. We love everybody on YouTube who supports the videos, but the boys who have been showing love on the Instagram, we really appreciate that shit. We're going to be dropping some bets, trying to make y'all some money again. We've literally hit a parlay the last 2 weeks, including the Contender Series, which we didn't post, boys, where we are locked the fuck in for this card, boys. Check out the Instagram at GCMMA Picks. Same profile picture and everything, boys. And wait till Friday or Saturday, and we're going to post the fucking bets for that card.
But a spoiler alert, I am slamming the Du Plessis money line at all costs. That's how confident I am in him. So tune into our Instagram. We're going to hit you all with some parlays that we're cooking up. And we're about to win big this Saturday. Mark my words.
GC MMA out.